Today, our Cleveland Browns embark on an AFC East doubleheader as we start off at home against the Miami Dolphins and then head on the road to Foxborough to face off against Drake May and the New England Patriots. The Browns coming off their first win of the year in the last episode, beating the Steelers 14-13. The score tells you everything you need to know. This game was ugly, grinded out, defensive football. Their run defense was unbelievable. Our run game had nothing going for them. But on the flip side, our pass rush was just as good. Myles Garrett took over the game with 3 sacks. Mason Graham was dominant. I think as a team we had 7 or 8 sacks. I mean, it was a lot. Both defensive lines were absolutely dominant in this game from start to finish. We also took our very first look at the draft class in the last episode, talking about some of the quarterback prospects in this year's draft. Guys like Kieran Riddle from Alabama, Brendan Holloway from Notre Dame, and Zarius Stone from Ole Miss. Players who we have followed throughout their seasons in the Virginia Tech dynasty on EA College Football 26. Long story short, I think it's a really good quarterback class, and especially for a team like us, who's currently towards the bottom of the standings with some other QB-needy teams. Maybe not this team, but other than the Chiefs, New Orleans, us, the Jets, maybe Carolina, all in the market for quarterbacks at the top of the draft. We've, of course, got a couple of intriguing rookies in Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel who haven't played much outside of the preseason, and I might want to see more from them before making a big decision. But at the very least, we will certainly consider the idea of drafting a quarterback in the first round this year. Let's look at this matchup against the Dolphins. They're currently 3-3 in the AFC East, a very competitive division. The Bills started off slow. The Patriots started off hot. Both of those teams coming back down to earth. The Dolphins beat Buffalo, though, earlier in the year on the road. They are coming off a low-scoring loss against the Chargers, 17-15. I think the offense has been a little disappointing this year, but their defense has been surprisingly effective, especially the pass defense, which was supposed to be pretty ugly. Tua Tagovailoa leads the way at quarterback, the 18th ranked QB in the game. Of course, he's had some ups and downs throughout his career. This year, no different, especially the 59% completion percentage. Yet his yards per attempt is the same as last year when it was 72. So he's looking to throw the ball downfield more. Of course, they've got plenty of speed. Devon Achane, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, electric with the ball in their hands. All three of those guys have at least 97 speed. Defensively, they added Minkah Fitzpatrick in the offseason in the Derwin James trade. They've got some good players up front. I really like Chop Robinson, the second-year edge rusher from Penn State. They will be without Jalen Phillips, though, so that's one man down, and they're going to need the other pass rushers to step up. This is a big game for the Dolphins because obviously they are in the mix in the AFC playoff picture, and they cannot afford to lose to a team like the Browns, who are at the bottom of the standings. Cleveland, meanwhile, looking to pick up where we left off a week ago. Our defense is coming off its best game of the year, which doesn't say a whole lot. We're towards the bottom in terms of defensive scoring. But we're looking to carry that over into this week against certainly a better offense compared to the Steelers, who are not good when healthy, but that was without Aaron Rodgers. Quinshon Judkins up the middle, a good run for the rookie out of the Ohio State University, who's been off to a slow start in his NFL career at a rough game last week. Jerome Ford on 3rd and 4 gets nothing. I thought they would give him a yard or two for forward progress, but Tershawn Wharton continued to push him back. 4th and 4 at the 38. The game thinks we should punt it. Screw it. We'll go for it. I think this is the right decision here given the field position. Short throw. Ford does not get it. We tried to have him cut up field, but he lost his footing and went out of bounds. So the Dolphins get the stop. And they'll get it here on offense. Play action. Tua looks to throw it on 2nd down. Wide open is Tyreek Hill, the cheetah, to the 21. That was absolutely pitiful coverage by the Browns pass defense. I mean, there was not a defensive back within 5 or 10 yards of Tyreek Hill when he caught the ball. 3rd and 5. Tua dances around under pressure, looking to run for the first down, and he got it. Wow, what a scramble by Tua Tagovailoa to the 9. Tracked down by the rookie Mason Graham, having a Defensive Rookie of the Year-esque season. 3rd and goal at the 7. Achane, he's got it for a touchdown. There is a flag. There was contact in the corner of the end zone between Achane and Carson Schlesinger. Ultimately, it is a defensive pass interference. They think the flag was because of the contact initiated by Schlesinger. Since Dawg Pound caught the ball, the Dolphins are going to decline the penalty. They'll take the touchdown, making it 7-0. Cleveland has it back, looking to rebound after a slow opening 6 minutes. As Joe Flacco looks to throw it on first down. He's got David Njoku wide open. Njoku played really well early in the year. He's struggled since with drop issues. Of course, he didn't play at all in Week 3 against the Packers. 2nd and 7, Flacco under pressure. He's got Judy. Outruns the corner, gets a block from Njoku to the 21. A gain of around 37 yards for Jerry Jeudy. One of the longest offensive plays of the year for the Browns offense so far this season. From the 21, Judkins walks the red carpet into the end zone untouched for a Browns score. That might be the best display of blocking I've ever seen in my life. That whole run, there was nobody near Quinshon Judkins. I hate to not give him credit because it was a good run, but holy cow, the blocking from the offensive line and then the receivers in the second level. I don't know if I've ever seen a more perfectly executed run play. As Myles Garrett is in the backfield for the sack. I don't think we need to talk about Defensive Player of the Year for him. I think we need to talk about the MVP race. That's how good he has been. He has single-handedly wrecked games. I don't know where this team would be without him. 3rd and 9, Tua looks to throw it, scrambles around, and he throws it away. Garrett and Graham sending pressure. It's crazy that we have Myles Garrett, who's a Defensive Player of the Year caliber guy, and Mason Graham, who's a Defensive Rookie of the Year, but then the other defensive linemen next to them are so bad. It's odd. As Ford runs for the first down, that'll wrap up the first quarter. Tied at 7. We've got a good one so far in Cleveland. A slow start for the Browns, but we picked it up with the big play by Jeudy, the rushing touchdown by Judkins, and the sack by Myles Garrett. Into the second quarter, we'll see if we can keep it rolling, as it's a 2nd and 3 from the 43. Judkins back in the game. He gets it. Judkins tries to power forward, and he loses 3. Couple of guys there. I think it's Willie Gay who will be credited with the tackle for loss. And that'll make it a 3rd down and 6 for the Browns. Ford joins Flacco in the backfield looking to throw it. Under pressure, his pass is intercepted. Tyrell Dodson with the pick for the Dolphins, and they'll get it at the 39. I'm not sure if the pressure jarred the throw from Flacco. I mean, there were certainly a couple defensive players in the backfield. Was Flacco touched as he threw the ball? I don't really think he was. I think that was just a bad throw. That was largely because of the pressure, but I don't think the defensive lineman, I think that was Chop Robinson, I don't think he necessarily hit Flacco and jarred the throw. Dolphins get it back, 2nd and 4. Play action. Myles Garrett, it's a fumble. It's picked up by the Browns. Go big fella, let's keep it moving. Scoop and score for Mason Graham. And the Browns take the lead. Mason Graham had a scoop and score touchdown in the preseason off a blocked field goal. Now here he is with a touchdown in the regular season. Myles Garrett with his 12th sack of the year. That is clearly a fumble. No need to review it. As Garrett and Graham, the dynamic duo, continue their dominance. These two need a nickname. I mean, they are so fun to watch next to each other on this defensive line. Dolphins have it back. Tua under pressure. He escapes up the middle. He will run for the first down to the 40. Tracked down by Joe Tryon-Shoyinka. Tua's had some good runs today. I didn't know he could move like this. Achane gets a block from his fullback angled. There goes Achane. Juke move. Broken tackle. Touchdown Dolphins. Devon Achane. 60 yards to the house. We're tied at 14. No shortage of action so far in this game. There's already more points today than the entirety of the game last week against the Steelers. A lot of big defensive plays, a lot of big offensive plays. 3rd and inches, Flacco gets rid of it. They're going to call an intentional grounding. He needed to get out of the pocket. That's the last thing we needed there because we could have been in 4-down territory. I mean, good on Joe for not taking the sack, I guess, but an intentional grounding there is basically the same thing. That'll force a punt. Dolphins have it back. 2nd and 10. Achane to the outside with more blocks. Achane with the first, breaks the tackle. He has been unbelievably good in this game. I mean, his first step is lightning fast. You're not beating him in a foot race. And the way he's getting by defenders, making guys miss, breaking tackles, he's been the total package. Didn't make Mason Graham miss, though. The rookie brings him down behind the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 13 for the Dolphins. Tua looks to throw it up the middle. He's got Tyreek Hill, breaks the tackle from Ward. One of the very few guys on this team faster than Achane. Tyreek Hill gets the first down. Tua in empty here on 3rd and 5. Achane in motion. The Dolphins love their pre-snap motion as the throw is low for Tyreek Hill. He was open, too. That was a bad pass by Tua Tagovailoa. And the Browns get it back, looking to take the lead before the end of the half. 3rd and 9. Flacco looking for the sideline. It's hauled in for a first down. David Njoku, his 5th catch of the game. What a throw there by Flacco, placing it into the bucket. 3rd and 8. Looking for Njoku, who is slammed to the turf. A hospital ball from Joe Flacco. And that'll just about do it for the first half. The Dolphins decided to run out clock. 14 apiece. We've got a good one. As we take a look at our halftime report across the rest of the NFL, we'll start in Duval County, Jacksonville, Florida. The Jaguars are 5-1 this year, and that, of course, is not good news for us, given that we had their first-round pick. Well, luckily, Matthew Stafford and the Rams did us a favor. 27-21 with this score by Puka Nacua propels the Rams to the win over Jacksonville. Hopefully a sign of things to come for the Jaguars. The Steelers and Bengals facing off, looking for second place in the AFC North. Aaron Rodgers back in the lineup for the Steelers as he helps lead them to victory on the road with this impressive touchdown by Caleb Johnson, who played well against us last week, was good again today. 17-14 win for the Steelers. A lot of rain in Kansas City, but that has not stopped the Chiefs' offense so far in the first half. They lead their division rivals, the Las Vegas Raiders, 17-7 with this impressive score by Marquise Hollywood Brown. The Chiefs coming off their first win of the year last week against Detroit, hoping that'll carry over moving forward as we take a look at some other scores across the rest of the NFL. As for this game, both quarterbacks have been really solid. Flacco, 13 of 18, Tua, 10 of 13, and then Devon Achane's been a beast. He has 9 carries for 82 yards. He also has 28 yards through the air. Dolphins start off with it here in the 3rd. Play action. Tua has a wide open man on the other side of the field. It's the fullback, Alec Ingold, to the 38-yard line. Miami past the 50. Play action again. Tua, he fires for Tyreek Hill to the 34. Quickly wrapped up by Asante Samuel Jr. The Dolphins are moving it quickly and efficiently to start the 3rd. Achane up the middle. Look at that burst. I mean, how are you supposed to stop that? His acceleration on that play, unbelievable. He gets it to the 21. Miami nearing the red zone, looking to take the lead. Tua, play action, looks to throw it under pressure. Hit as he throws. He's got Hill, and Tyreek Hill gets it to the 1. That was nearly a big sack for Garrett. Would have been his 3rd of the game. The Tua was able to get it off in time. Ollie Gordon, the rookie from Oklahoma State, loses 3. Asante Samuel Jr. brings him down. 3rd and goal now for the Dolphins. Tua looks to be calling a switch at the line. Looks to throw it. Tua, he's sacked! Mike Hall Jr. brings him down. Hall, of course, had that huge preseason for us. Didn't really play well early in the regular season, but it feels like he's really starting to come along as the Dolphins are going to have to settle for a field goal. Jason Sanders from 26. His kick is good. And Miami regains the lead 17-14. Browns have it back. 3rd and 5. Flacco looks to throw it up the middle. Nice grab. Cedric Tillman using his physicality to hold on to the football for the first down. 3rd and 9. Flacco looks to throw it as a wide open man. It's Jamari Thrash, who has played well with extended playing time over these last few weeks. He's taken some snaps from Harold Fannin, and he's been a lot better than Fannin. 3rd and 10 from the 25. High throw for Deontay Johnson, who gets 9. If the throw was a little bit more accurate, that would have been a first down. Now we're going to have to go for it. Here on 4th and a yard. It's not even really a yard. It might be a 1.5 feet. Flacco goes for the QB sneak, and he gets it. So Cleveland's able to keep the chains moving with the first down. And now the Browns in the red zone looking to take the lead. 2nd and 1 at the 4. Ford is the running back in the game. Flacco rolls out. He's got Njoku. Runs into the end zone for a score. And the Cleveland Browns regain the lead. An impressive drive from Joe Flacco in the offense. That'll make it 21-17. Dolphins have it back. A minute left in the 3rd. From the 35, it's a reverse pitch for Waddle. And Jalen Waddle gets the first down. A brilliant play design by Mike McDaniel. That'll wrap up the third. Browns looking for their second straight win. And we have the lead, 21-17. Defense has got to get some more stops. Our defense has been up and down throughout the game. We haven't been horrible on that side of the field, but it hasn't been great either, especially the run defense. We'll see what the Dolphins can do here in the fourth. Ingold to his left. Achane to his right. 3rd and 8 from the 48. Tua up the middle. He's got Achane for the first down. Quickly wrapped up at the 41. Big conversion, though, for the Dolphins. Following play now for Miami. Tyreek Hill, the speedster in motion. Hill goes back to the left as it's a handoff for Achane to the outside, and he is thrown to the ground by Garrett and Grant Delpit. It's a holding against the offense. They'll call it on Jackson Carman. We might as well decline it. Get the downs. It's only a difference of 4 yards. I'd rather a 2nd and 16 as a defense than a 1st and 20. 3rd down and 13. Tua has all day. Someone get to the backfield. It's caught! Tyreek Hill to the 25. That's the problem with this defensive line. If Myles Garrett or Mason Graham loses his rep, it's over. Okay, maybe I spoke a little too soon. Cameron Thomas in the backfield with the sack, forcing a loss of 8. Now a 3rd down and 17, under 7 to go. Browns looking for their first home win of the year. Tua looks to throw it, has all day again. Launches it for the end zone. It is caught! Nick Westbrook-Ikhine musses Ronnie Hickman, and the Dolphins regain the lead. What a play by Nick Westbrook-Ikhine, going up and getting it. Hickman, I think, jumped a little too early. Still could have made a play on the ball, but Westbrook-Ikhine is able to haul it in, and the Browns now back down by 3. RPO, Jabari Thrash with a couple of blocks. Good play after the catch. He brings it to the 35. A big gain of around 25 for the Browns. Thrash continuing his impressive stretch over these last few weeks. Flacco under pressure on 3rd and 4. He is sacked. Kenneth Grant, the rookie from Michigan, brings him down. That's the first sack of the game for the Dolphins, and it could not have come at a worse time. It knocks us out of field goal range, and we've got to punt it. 2nd and 4. Tua hit as he throws, incomplete. That's Myles Garrett again, a one-man wrecking crew, single-handedly keeping the Browns in the game. 3rd and 4 now. Big play here with 3:39 to go. Tua looks to throw it, goes short. It is caught for a first down. It's Darren Waller to the 35. A huge conversion for Miami. Following play for the Dolphins. Tua looks to throw it under pressure. He's sacked. Myles Garrett leads the way again. Mike Hall Jr. joins him as well. Big play for Cleveland to get the sack and push him back. Hey, that rhymed. 2nd and 20. Tyreek Hill makes up all the yardage and then some. He gets 19. Got to bring him down earlier. On the bright side, the clock stops because Jackson Carman's hurt. To be clear, I'm saying on the bright side because the clock stopped, not because he's hurt. Tua gets the sneak on 3rd and 1, and now the Dolphins are fully in chew clock mode. Now a 3rd and 14. It's a screen. Achane to the outside. That's not enough, as he only gets 6. Rayshawn Jenkins brings him down, and we're going to let the clock go to the 2-minute warning. So we've got time. 2 timeouts. All we would need is a field goal to tie the game. Joe Flacco, what you got for me? Let's see it. 1-5. Biggest drive maybe of the year so far for the Browns. We'll see if they can tie it or maybe even take the lead. Starting at the 24 with Ford in the backfield. Flacco rolls around under pressure. Get rid of the ball! What are you doing? He is sacked on the play for a big loss. I was trying to click the throwaway button. Why was he not getting rid of it? 2nd and 29. Back at the 4 will make up some yardage as Thrash gains 9. 3rd and 20 now. 1.5 to go. Flacco looks to throw it. Backs up under pressure. Surveys the field. It's caught! Jerry Jeudy with a big catch. He gains 15. We're going to take our time going back to the line. I want everybody to have plenty of energy here on 4th down. Flacco tipped and incomplete. The Dolphins get the stop. It's Kenneth Grant in the backfield sending pressure. I guess Mason Graham's not the only good Michigan defensive tackle in this year's draft class. Devon Achane on first down loses 3. Browns call another timeout, basically hoping for a prayer at this point. 2nd and 13 with 54 seconds. Tua, RPO, overthrows his target, looking for Waddle. Why would they throw the ball there? And now the clock is stopped. 3rd and 13, screen. Achane has a few blocks, and he gets 11. The Browns are going to use their 3rd and final timeout. Now it's decision time for the Dolphins. Do you trust your defense and take the points, or do you go for it and try to end the game? I think this is the right call. Try to finish it off for good. Tua in empty, looks to throw it, goes short, and it's caught. Jalen Waddle with the first down. And the Browns out of timeouts. There's nothing we can do but watch them take one more kneel. The Dolphins come into Cleveland and hang on, avoiding the upset. 24-21 against the Browns. Cleveland falls to a record of 1-6. I give us credit. We certainly fought in this game, and we're continuing to see the progress from earlier in the year to where we are now. But this team still very clearly has a lot of work to do. This was definitely a winnable game, though, and I think if not for a few mistakes, the end result could have been different. We've got to work on the little things. Missed assignments, missed tackles, missed reads, missed blocks, anything like that. Both quarterbacks had nearly identical games. Both Tua and Flacco went 23 for 30. Both of them were throwing the ball down the field quite a bit. Flacco, of course, had the interception. Tua did not. On the ground, Devon Achane, really impressive, 107 yards. Watching him run was like watching an artist mastering their craft. Quinshon Judkins led the team in carries. He was pretty solid, 44 yards in a score. We're trying to make him the lead back, and he was pretty impressive. Njoku, Thrash, and Judy, all with 65 yards apiece, while Tyreek Hill had a big game, 8 catches, 126 yards for the Dolphins. Defensively, I thought we did some good things. Myles Garrett, regular day in the office. Mason Graham, much of the same from him as well. The pass rush continues to be impressive. The coverage and run defense, not as good. The rest of the defensive line, other than Garrett and Graham, not as good. That includes Joe Tryon-Shoyinka, who dislocated his hip. He'll be out for roughly a month or two as we take a look at our weekly recap across the National Football League for Week 7. We'll start in Cleveland. The Browns looking to start a win streak against the playoff-hungry Dolphins. And unfortunately, that did not happen. We gave them a good fight, but ultimately Miami wins the game 24-21. Why are they showing this play? I feel like this was one of our certainly worst plays of the game. You couldn't have picked like the big run by Achane at least? You had to show Joe Flacco looking like an idiot? Next up, Texans and Seahawks, both teams towards the middle of the standings, looking to get a big win within their division races. This game was not close at all, though. C.J. Stroud dicing up the Seattle defense, leading the Texans to a 38-10 win. The Texans showing that they are one of the premier teams to beat in the AFC. And then one of the games we talked about earlier, the Rams and the Jaguars. We already know the Rams won. But interestingly, during the halftime report, they did not show this unbelievable catch in the end zone. Tyler Higbee, one-handed grab. I think I mentioned in the last episode, but these highlights are so funny because it is some of the most unreasonably, hilariously impressive plays. Like, Tyler Higbee's never doing that, is he? Here's a look at some other scores across the rest of the league. The Panthers beat the Jets 10-3. Yeah, those teams look like they could use some quarterbacks, all right. As for your players of the week, we've got Michael Penix, Patrick Mahomes, Quan Martin, and Jermaine Pratt now with the Raiders. Into Week 8, we're headed to Foxborough. The 4-3 New England Patriots, a team who has been towards the bottom of the standings over the last couple of years, but coming into this season, had some real optimism to be a potential wild card team in an AFC East that outside of Buffalo is not the best. Well, New England looked promising early. They started the year 4-0, including a win against the Dolphins and Steelers, who we've played already. And then they've lost 3 in a row since on a 3-game road trip, including some not-so-good teams like New Orleans and Tennessee. Now, they do return home, where they have been impressive this year, 3-0, and they haven't played at home in 4 weeks. I don't know what to make of this team, though. Are they good? Are they not good? I'll tell you what, Drake May is good. A lot of people penciled him in as a major breakout candidate coming into the year, and he is not disappointed. 126 passer rating, 70% completion percentage, only 1 interception. He's been awesome. Along with May, they've got the rookie from Ohio State, Trevion Henderson, at running back. The other half of Ohio State's talented running back tandem last year with Judkins. Stephon Diggs, Unk still got it. I really like the kid Kyle Williams, who they drafted from Washington State. And then defensively, Christian Gonzalez, Dawg. Milton Williams will not play due to an injury. That's a big loss. He's a key cog in the middle of their defensive line. So they're going to be relying on Christian Barmore even more. Keon White, another breakout candidate. There's Gronk. He's going to hit the bell and get this fan base riled up. These Patriots fans need to be loud. These guys have lost 3 in a row. Clearly, the home field advantage has been important this year for New England. We'll see if that carries over today. The Browns rocking the all-white uniforms for the first time this year, especially compared to the brown uniforms. I think this is actually a pretty fun uniform combination, and I'm excited to wear it more as the season goes along as we face off against Mike Vrabel's squad. Vrabel and the team obviously starting hot. Since then, they've been cold. Hopefully for them, the losing streak continues as the Browns start at the 33. Flacco on 2nd and 4. Up the middle, he's got Cedric Tillman. Quick start for the Browns offense as he gets it to the 45-yard line for a first down. Flacco continuing to command the offense even at 1-6. Not in any immediate danger of losing his starting job, although if the team continues to lose, that might change. David Njoku with a nice first down conversion. Now a 3rd and 8 at the 35. Flacco looks to throw it under pressure. Hit as he throws. It's the big fella, Christian Barmore, with the pressure. And the Browns are going to have to settle for a field goal. 52-yarder for Dustin Hopkins. We didn't call his name last week. Kick is pretty much right down the middle. The Browns open up this afternoon with a field goal. And it's 3-0. New England with it. Trevion Henderson tries to bounce to the outside. He loses 2. Grant Delpit brings him down. And that'll make it a 2nd and 12. May looks to throw it down the field. Kyle Williams to the 47. A late riser in this year's pre-draft process, but the film don't lie. The kid can ball. 2nd and 9 up the middle. Williams again with Denzel Ward blanketed over him. He's already got 36 yards on this opening drive as Henderson bounces into the outside inside the 5. A gain of 24 yards for Trevion Henderson. 3rd and goal at the 1. May, QB sneak. He does not get it. Mason Graham brings him down, and it's decision time for Mike Vrabel and the New England Patriots as Graham is on the trainer's table. That is not good news. New England's going to go for it, interestingly, in shotgun. May hands it off. Henderson, nowhere to go. Shelby Harris with the stop. I see why he was talking himself up in the last episode as he makes a huge play, keeps New England off the board, and it's still 3-0. Flacco, play action on the run. Nice grab. David Njoku with Christian Gonzalez in coverage. Gets the first down. Play action for Judkins. He gets it here with a nice block from Njoku. Judkins, he gets smacked out of bounds by Duggar, but not before breaking the tackle and getting a nice play after the catch. 3rd and 6 at the 46. Here's Flacco. Steps up in the pocket, and he throws it away. No one's open. Good coverage there by the Patriots. A number of guys there in the backfield sending pressure. And with just seconds left in the quarter, New England has a 3rd and 11. May looks to throw it, has time. Plenty of room up the middle. It's Trevion Henderson with the first down to the 47-yard line. And that will wrap up the first quarter here in Foxborough. 3-0 lead for the Browns. A low-scoring defensive start. The Browns, of course, with a big goal line stand holding New England off the board. As that brings us into the second quarter, we'll see if the defense, who's definitely improved as the year has gone along, can keep it going. 3rd and 5 at the 31. May under pressure up the middle. Kyle Williams with the first down. Wrapped up by fellow rookie Carson Schlesinger at the 14-yard line. Good play there by New England. Back in the red zone at the 8-yard line. 3rd and 4. May looks to throw it up the middle. Not even close. I think he was looking for Stephon Diggs. New England's going to have to settle, though, for the field goal, looking to tie the game up at 3. It is a 25-yarder for Andres Borregales. The kick is good, and we are knotted up at 3. Not a bad drive for New England, but they've been in the red zone twice, and they only have 3 points to show for it. Our red zone defense has been terrific today. 3rd and 5. Flacco gets a block. Room up the middle. Go, Joe! He gets the first down to the 32. 40 years old, stepping up in the pocket, going through his reads, and running up the middle for the first down. Play action, Flacco under pressure, ball's out, it's a fumble, quickly scooped up by Conklin. Robert Spillane with the strip sack. That time Flacco was not able to get out of the way. I think he used up all his energy on that one run. 3rd and 16, Njoku wide open, and he will get the first down. Good play there by Flacco, not forcing the long ball, but instead going short. He saw Njoku had all that space after the catch. 2nd and 10, Flacco backs up. He's got Tillman with a good block from Judy. Tillman powering forward to the 32. And the offense is getting a little something going here. 3 points, not enough, especially with how bad our defense has been this year and how good Drake May has been. Sampson to the outside. Whoop! Good run. Dylan Sampson gains 11, his first carry of the game, and it's a good one. Keeping the chains moving for the Browns. 3rd and 10 now at the 21 for Cleveland. 2.5 to go in the first half. Flacco rolls out. Broken up. Looking for Judy. Jelani Salami in coverage. Shout out Dragons legend Jelani Tavai. 38-yard field goal try. Dustin Hopkins 2 for 2. And the Browns regain the lead as it is now 6-3. New England has it back just shy of the 2-minute warning. Drake May on first down. It's play action. Looks to throw it. Has time. Now under pressure. Loses the ball. It's picked up by Myles Garrett. Jerome Baker into the backfield with the strip sack. And the Browns force a turnover and will get the ball with good field position. All the attention this year has been on Myles Garrett and the 2 defensive rookies, and rightfully so. But Jerome Baker, he's having himself a year. Here's Dylan Sampson on 3rd and 4. He gets maybe 2. Joel Bitonio is hurt, and that'll force the Browns to use a timeout. We're going to go for it. I really want to capitalize off the turnover and really make a statement to New England going into the half. Flacco, short throw. Fannin will get the first down. That was a lot closer than it needed to be. But the Browns do convert, and we're in no hurry. I mean, I don't want New England to get the ball back with much time. Judkins on 2nd and 2 gets the first down. We're going to take as long as we need to. There's 17 seconds now. 3rd and goal. Flacco joined by Ford to his left. Looks to throw it. Batted away. Broken up. Nearly intercepted. What do you do here on 4th and goal at the 4? The offense is going to stay on the field. Again, looking to make a statement going into the break. Flacco calls a switch. Looks to throw it. He'll go short. Njoku. He's in for a score. David Njoku makes it a 2-score lead for the Browns. Or does he? As Coach Lee Corso would say, not so fast, my friend. This one is coming back. It is a holding against the offense. They're going to call it on the right tackle, Jack Conklin. And that'll push us back to the 14. And obviously, we're not going to go for it from here. 31-yard field goal try for Dustin Hopkins. His kick is good. Hopkins 3 for 3 here in the opening half. No touchdowns for either team so far through the first 20 minutes. We'll see if that changes in the second half. I feel like both offenses have moved the ball down the field just fine. We're just not executing in the red zone. Either team, that is. As we take a look at our halftime report across the rest of the NFL, we'll start on Thursday Night Football. 3-3 Minnesota Vikings, 5-2 Los Angeles Chargers. The story of the game was the rookie running back Omarion Hampton, who had nearly 200 yards all-purpose. The Chargers win it 20-14, now 6-2 on the year. The Dolphins, who beat us last week, head to the A to face off against the Falcons. Michael Penix, NFC Offensive Player of the Week just a week ago. Looking to carry the momentum over to this one as this score by Darnell Mooney has the Falcons ahead 14-10 at the break. The Bills head to Carolina to face off against the Panthers. Carolina's 3-4. I mean, we're talking about them as a potential QB team. How about talking about them as a potential playoff team? The story of the game so far, though, has been Bills running back Ray Davis. He has been unstoppable. The Bills lead it 20-10. Josh Allen's only thrown the ball 5 times. He only has 35 yards. He hasn't needed to throw the ball, though. Ray Davis has been unbelievable. A lot of high-scoring games across the rest of the NFL. This is actually the lowest-scoring game in the league so far. Neither offense has been able to score, even though we're moving the ball down the field just fine. That'll bring us into the third here. Drake May and the offense looking to get something going. The rookie Kyle Williams has been a standout. 4 catches, 59 yards, as May misfires completely. He's had some bad misses. in this game. His accuracy as a whole hasn't been too bad, 9 of 14 in the first half, but his misses have been ugly. Jerome Ford with a nice move, and he gets a first down to the 35. Ford looking to keep himself in the game plan. He had under 2 yards a carry last week. Today he's been a little bit better, though. Quinshon Judkins, meanwhile, has been a lot quieter, slightly outplayed by his Ohio State counterpart, Trey Henderson. Judkins catches it on 3rd down. He only gets 5. New England is there with the stop, and the Browns are going to have to punt it away. So neither offense scores on their opening drive in the 3rd, as New England has it back. May calls for motion. Play action. Looks to throw it. And that one is somehow caught at the 42. Hunter Henry over top of Jerome Baker. Nice grab. Could that be the big play that really gets the gears churning now for the Patriots? May hands it off. Henderson loses 2. It's Myles Garrett who brings him down. Even though the Browns have only allowed 3 points, Myles Garrett has really been quiet. But he does disrupt that play. Got to shout out Morgan Moses, though, at right tackle. He's having himself an afternoon. As Kyle Williams gets to the 35, he is also having himself an afternoon. Play action. May connects with the fullback, Jacob Johnson, to the 18. One number 49 tackled by the other number 49, Carson Schlesinger. Play action again. This one is caught. Johnson, not quite in the end zone. Fumbles the ball. It's a mad dash, and it's picked up by the Browns. Myles Garrett recovers the fumble. Carson Schlesinger rips it away. And another stalled possession in the red zone for New England. 3 red zone trips, 3 points. Again, not so fast. When I saw that play, I instantly knew that it was going to be reversed. He very clearly was down before the ball came out. And as you can see by the replay, that confirms it all. So unfortunately, this one will be reversed. A huge break for New England. Instead of turning the ball over, they have that inside the 5 with a chance to take the lead. 1st and goal at the 3. It's Antonio Gibson. The first touchdown of the game for either team took nearly 3 quarters, and the New England Patriots take their first lead of the game as it's 10-9. Browns have it back, under 2 to go in the 3rd. Judkins up the middle, plenty of room as he gets a dozen. Wrapped up by Gonzalez. Browns looking to get something going here, establishing the run, getting some good plays through the air as well. Judy on 3rd and 9. Good play after the catch. He gets the first down conversion. Past midfield to the 47. Under 10 seconds to go now in the 3rd. 2nd and 9. Flacco under center. He hands it off for Dylan Sampson to the left side. Sampson with a nice run. It's a gain of 19. As we have an injured Brown on the field. That looked like Justin Shorter. 4 seconds left at the 27 now. Sampson stays in the game. He's had some good runs here against New England. He's been the best of our running backs in this one. Flacco, Sampson, smothered for a loss of 3. That was not one of his better plays, as he's wrapped up by Eric Kendricks, the veteran linebacker, and that will do it through 3. 10-9 lead for New England, a defensive battle. Although I don't think the offenses have been as bad as they were in the Steelers game. These teams are moving it. They're just having trouble scoring. New England finally, though, with a red zone touchdown on the last drive from Antonio Gibson, and now the Browns are looking to match that. 2nd down and 13 at the 30 for the Browns. Flacco looks to throw it up the middle. Tillman breaks the tackle. Cedric Tillman gets the first down. I talked about it in the preseason with him, but he is so gritty after the catch. He is a nuisance to bring down. 3rd and 5 at the 10. Flacco looks to be calling a switch at the line. Judkins in the backfield, fakes the handoff. He's got David Njoku to the 1. Big conversion for the Browns, and Cleveland is back in business, looking to finally punch it in the end zone and regain the lead. 2nd and goal, Sampson. No, he's going backwards. Jelani Tavai brings him down, and that brings us to a pivotal 3rd and goal at the 2. Cleveland is in prime 4-down territory, but you could easily argue just taking the field goal for the lead if they don't get it. That one is broken away, incomplete. Kyle Duggar got a hand on it. What do you do if you're the Browns? Normally I'd go for it when you're this close, but we haven't been very good in short yardage spots today. Field goal gives us the lead, and with how our defense has been performing, I feel like we've got to trust them. 19-yarder, Hopkins! Oh, that was close. But luckily it is good. He is 4 for 4. And the Browns are back ahead 12-10. Big play here for the Patriots. It's 3rd and 3 at the 35 with under 7:15 to go. May. That one is caught. That was a low throw, but Pop Douglas is able to grab it near his shoes. At the 41, dump off. Trey Henderson, first down, past the 50. New England moving it steadily to start this drive. Vrabel likes what he sees. Clock is moving, though. Just over 5 to go in the 4th. 3rd and 4 at the 31. May rolls to the left, looking for the end zone. It's caught! Hunter Henry climbs the ladder. The Patriots take the lead with 5 to go. Our defensive backs have to do a better job in these jump ball situations. Twice last week with Achane and Westbrook-Akine. Now here, Rayshawn Jenkins gets mossed by Hunter Henry. And it's 17-12 as the Browns have it back. 2nd and 6, Flacco up the middle, wide open. Cedric Tillman to the 36-yard line. A huge gain for Cleveland as they get 33 yards. 2nd and 6 now at the 31. Flacco looks to throw it. He's got Judy open. Judy, he's got it! The Browns regain the lead. Jerry Judy wins his rep immediately against Carlton Davis, who's in press man coverage. Judy gets a step on him and is gone. Good on Flacco for recognizing that. He was not the initial read. He was the vertical decoy trying to stretch the field. But when he's that wide open, yeah, we're going to send it up. The Browns are now going to go for 2, look to make it a clean field goal deficit. Flacco hands it off. Jerome Ford smothered for a loss of 3 by Bob Spillane. 18-17, New England's got it at the 23 with a little over 4 to go. Trevion Henderson loses a few. Myles Garrett and David Ojabo bring him down. 2nd and 14, up the middle. Kyle Williams gets the first down. This kid just continues to get open. 3rd and 11 at the 32. That ball's out, it's a fumble! And it's picked up by the Browns. Mason Graham rips it away. And Mike Hall Jr. recovers. This rookie is an absolute stud. The Robin to Myles Garrett's Batman, although at this point Mason Graham could be a Batman just about anywhere else. The booth is going to review it, and it looks like Drake May was down, so the fumble itself will be reversed, but it's still a huge sack because it gives New England a 4th and long. You could punt it, you could go for it. I see the argument either way. But they're going to keep the offense out on the field and go for it. Here on 4th and 14 with 2:14 to go. May under pressure looking deep. One-on-one. It is broken up. The Warden is there with the deflection as Kyle Williams was smothered the entire play. Denzel Ward's had one hell of an afternoon. He has shoved Stephon Diggs into a locker. 2nd and 8 at the 27. Dylan Sampson loses a yard. New England calling their timeouts as that brings us to a pivotal 3rd down and 9. Patriots got to get a stop here. Sampson back in the game as Flacco connects with Jerry Judy. Gets a first down to the outside. He gets it to the 7. New England does push him out of bounds, which stops the clock, but we'll take that. It's a big first down, getting us near the goal line. Sampson up the middle, plows his way forward. He is in for a score. We weren't even necessarily trying to score. I think New England might have punched him in. But nonetheless, it is an 8-point Browns lead with just over a minute and a half to go. May goes short, and that's going to be a loss of 3 for Stephon Diggs. 3rd and 9 at the 27. Play action. May. His pass is intercepted. Denzel Ward, you got barbecue back there, and you didn't invite me. First interception of the year for the Warden, who's had his best game of the season by far. He took Stephon Diggs on vacation to his island, and he finishes it off with the interception. The Browns are first down away from ending the game for good as Quinshon Judkins cups up field, and he's got it to the 13, and that will do it. The Cleveland Browns, winners of 2 of their last 3, will kneel out the clock and upset the New England Patriots 20-17. Walk into your trap, took over your trap. Back-to-back road wins for the Browns. And it feels like we're starting to build something here. This team has come a long way from week 1 to now. The defense was exceptional, even on an off day for Myles Garrett, where he only had 3 TFLs. Morgan Moses kept him in check for the most part, and the defense still played one of their better games of the year. The offense was really solid too, I think. 375 yards. They really got it going down the stretch. Joe Flacco turned it on in the fourth quarter. He wasn't all that impressive before, but in the fourth quarter, he had some huge throws. 23 of 38, 269, and a score. Drake May was fairly solid as well. He wasn't bad. 24, 36, 264, touchdown and a pick. I wouldn't say he was great either, though. For an MVP candidate, I think we really held him in check. On the ground, Judkins was better than Trey Henderson. There's that. Dylan Sampson, I thought, was our best back. I'm surprised he didn't have more than 4.5 yards a carry. He had some big runs. Kyle Williams, that kid's a dog. 81 for Judy, 66 for Njoku, 76 for Tillman. 3 catches, 2 yards for Stephon Diggs. Welcome to Denzel Ward Island. Defensively, a few TFLs for Myles Garrett, Mason Graham with another big game, and then Denzel Ward leading the charge with the interception to clinch it. The Browns now 2 of 6, winners of 2 of our last 3. That, my friends, is called progress. Let's take a look at some scores across the rest of the NFL. We will start in Foxborough. The Cleveland Browns really figuring things out under head coach Puma Whitlock. Obviously still a lot to work on, but I think our defense, from where we were earlier in the year to how we've played over the last 3 weeks, it's been night and day. Granted, we've had a much easier schedule against much worse offenses, but it's still good to see us taking big leaps on that side of the ball. New England, meanwhile, has lost 4 in a row after starting the year 4-0. Packers and Steelers, both teams currently 4-2. This run by Josh Jacobs would help propel the Packers 31-19. Aaron Rodgers facing off against his former team in Lambeau. Green Bay spoils the return as they move to 5-2 on the year. The Bears are 4-2. They've been really solid in the NFC North. Headed to Baltimore. The Ravens have been the best team in the NFL, and that carried over into this one. Lamar Jackson, another impressive touchdown. The Ravens beat Chicago in a close one, 21-19. Baltimore now 7-0. I said it when we played against these guys. I think head to toe, they have not just the best roster in the league, but one of the best rosters I quite frankly have ever seen, with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry in that backfield. 40-3, rough day in the office for the Jets. The Jets scored 6 points today. That is not good. Jaguars, meanwhile, at a bye week, so in the 2 games, they did not win, technically. Wan'Dale Robinson, Ray Davis, Micah Parsons, and Robert Spillane. That's an odd group of players to win the Player of the Week. That'll bring us into Week 9. It's the trade deadline, an opportunity for us to potentially move off of some older veterans, try to get a little bit younger. It's our bye week as well, and we might have another prospect profile as well. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll have to see. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Make sure to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new for more Cleveland Browns franchise here on Madden 26. Peace out.